Hello, welcome, I'm Hannah, and today we are going to be doing a lipstick declutter. Now the thing about this video is that I filmed the entire thing overhead style a couple weeks ago, and then I went to upload the footage, and the first half of the footage is good, fine, great, and I'm going to be showing it to you, but the second half of the footage is corrupted, I guess the word is. I'm not able to upload it onto my computer. My boyfriend has a film degree and he deals with, like, you know, cameras and SD cards a lot, and he's like, this never happens. So I don't know why I just got so lucky, but that kind of sucks. And I didn't want to scrap the whole video because I know that, like, lipstick declutters aren't the most viewed thing that I make, but I feel like this is an important video for, like, the narrative of my channel. I made videos in January, February, March, and April where I recorded myself every day putting on my lipstick, and I went through my whole lipstick collection. I also did a declutter in February, but throughout that whole lip process, I was like, gonna be doing a major declutter after I finish this. And that's the video that, like, we're in today that I thought I had figured out and got corrupted. So I will be playing you the footage. I really like just the overhead decision-making thing, so I wanted to include that, and then afterwards we're going to come back to my face, and luckily I still have the lipsticks that I decluttered, so I'm just going to show you what I came up with to declutter. Bummer I don't have the original footage, but we're making the best of it, and it is what it is. So let's just switch over to the declutter portion that I have. My cat's pretty eager to be a star right now, so if you see this thing shaking, it might be because she's rubbing her head on it. So yeah, it's finally time for the widely anticipated declutter of my lipsticks after I've gone through and worn all of them. My cat is right here. I feel like a real YouTuber because I did something for this video that I don't normally do, and that thing is research. And by research, I mean I went back and I rewatched all of those videos from this year where I tried them all on, and I made a list of the ones I think I want to declutter and why, so I can, like, remember in the moment and not be like, how did I feel about this again? So that's cool. I think I'm going to start by just separating these by brand, just so we can have, like, a little bit of a system going. And yeah, then we'll talk brand by brand and we'll see what's worthy of staying and what's gotta go. I did a lip liner declutter video a couple months ago, and in that video I was like, I don't have Oh Snap liner from ColourPop, and I was perplexed, and I was like, well, I guess I don't because the numbers here match up to my inventory at the beginning of the year. And just a couple weeks ago, I was going through a bag, and guess what I found? Oh Snap liner. It's unfortunate that our field of view isn't big enough for me to show you everything that I have in front of me, but I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like a big pile of ColourPop, and then some other brands are like a handful of them, and then there's a lot of just like one-offs. I did notice that when I was making my list, just how much ColourPop I have. I feel like I haven't been buying from ColourPop at the same rate that I once did, but I guess it makes sense that, like, I'm so much more likely to buy a lipstick from ColourPop for under $10 than a higher end lipstick. It's an easier sell. I don't want to start with the ColourPop because I don't want to get it out of the way just yet. So I think we're just going to kind of pick around a little bit, and yeah. The first brand is About Face. I have 3 lip products from them. These are both matte liquid lipsticks, which generally aren't my favorite, but I do like the formula of these. I don't find them too drying. This hot pink is like my perfect hot pink. I love wearing the liquid lipstick and the lip liner together. The lip liner is the shade New Love. The liquid lipstick is Saturine, and then the brownish one is Slumber, and these are staying. I also have one from Bare Minerals. This is the Generation G, I think, liquid lipstick in the shade Swag. It smells like mint chocolate chip. I really like it, and yeah. Also just one from Rare Beauty. This is Joyful in the lip balm. It's like a much cooler tone mauve-y balmy lip than I have in any other brand, and I do like it. Okay, here's a fun one. This is the Jaclyn Hill lipstick in Perfectionist from her first controversial launch. Let's do a little up-close view. Not too bad. I had gotten this in the first launch where there was like the hairs and the lipsticks and everything like that. I never thought mine was that bad, and I did wear it here and there, and I felt like it was like kind of a piece of makeup history, even though that's way dramatic, and I really like the color too. But I did try to use it sometime not too long ago, and I was like, this feels disgusting in my mouth, and like I guess like the whole incident showed that like you can't trust the factory that it was made, and you can't trust the judgment of the management, so I'm going to declutter it, even though I feel like it's a piece of history, but my collection is not a museum, and I don't want to use this, and it's not like I'm the biggest Jaclyn Hill fan or something like that. I just had it, and I'm gonna get rid of it. I have one from Merit. This is my little baby called Baby that I really enjoy using. I guess I nipped the top of it at some point. I don't remember doing that, but I do really like grabbing this for like a casual makeup look. I have 2 from Melt. I know I have 3, and I did try to look through my bags and find any that were hiding in them. I know that there's On the Go somewhere. I think I brought that with me on my recent vacation, so maybe it's in a bag I brought there. Hold on a second. No, I thought maybe it was in my little Coach bag behind me, but it's not. But either way, On the Go is the one that I'm missing. It's like a nudie one, and they're kind of Play-Doh-y smelling, but I feel like they're meant to be like that, and I'm going to keep it, as well as this like shimmery teal one called Moda. But this one right here, it was like a Sephora Point Perk. It's the shade Rebound in their liquid lipstick. And when I put it on, I liked the color, but the applicator was just so itchy on my lips. I guess maybe scratchy is the word. It made my lips like itch. Like it just felt so weird and uncomfortable. And at the time I was like, maybe it doesn't matter. It's just putting it on. But it's like, I feel like I deserve to be picky with my lipstick. And when I look at this, I think the applicator makes me itch. And I don't want to put it on my mouth. This is a new one from Rowan. I got this in a BoxyCharm order that I recently did. I haven't used it yet, but I'm really excited to. It's like a gloss in the shade Charlie. I was eyeing it when it first came out a couple years ago. Excited to finally have it, but just haven't gotten around to trying it. These 2 from Glamlight are both staying. It's the shade Hot Chocolate, and then also we have Caramel. I do like the way that these look. I wish the components were the same because I think it's just so annoying that one is the circle and one is this triangle that's like too big to fit into my containers, and it has like a stupid mirror on the side. Like, why? But I do like them, and I'm keeping them. Here's one that I think I'm going to declutter. This is the Persona lip gloss in the shade Peach, and the thing with this, it's like very non-offensive, but it's almost too non-offensive that it's boring. It's just like, it's like a peachy tinted lip gloss. It gives some gloss, gets the job done. It doesn't stay remarkably well. It doesn't smell like anything. I just don't like it. It doesn't make me happy to have it, and it's not the product that I'd be reaching for. And I have so many others that I want to reach for, and I want to clear out of stuff like this. So I have a clear view of the things that I really want to use. These 3 from Kaja, I'm definitely keeping. This is the Earhart in Baby Girl. I really like the formula of this one. It's like a really nice, smooth, satin feeling lipstick. And then also I have these 2 glosses that I find very pretty, very easy to wear. This one's kind of like a a gloss that like kind of dulls the line of my lips, but I can wear it with the liner or I can wear it just in regular life and I feel fine with that. This one, the darker one is Rosy Mocha, the lighter one is Milk Tea. Rosy Mocha is just like so pretty on its own, and when I was watching back the videos, I think I wore it 2 times in the videos and I really liked it. This is another keep. This is my Lisa Eldridge lipstick in Kitten Mischief. This is lighter than I want it to be, but I really want to develop more of a relationship with it and just use it more because I feel like it's like a nice thing. Urban Decay. I have 3 Urban Decay lip products. The first one is this lip liner that I got many years ago, but I feel like the good thing with lip liners is that if you keep sharpening them, you're not applying the same tip to your lip that you were years ago. I guess also it's the same thing with bullet lipsticks. It's just that the formula of them might go bad, but like liquid lipsticks, you're just dipping into the same pot. I really like this color though. When I first got it, it felt like deep for me, which is funny because now I feel like it's just like a nice nude brown, and I definitely use it and will use it more now that I can see it more clearly if I declutter enough. The other 2 though. This gloss is the shade Fuel. And when I first got it, I was like, this is my perfect gloss shade. I like this so much. But when I used it recently, it just kind of like broke up on my lips a little bit weird. It's also very mentholy smelling, very minty smelling, and I don't like it. I don't like how it feels, and it didn't wear that well. So this one was one that it took me a little time to come to the decision on, but I'm confident in my decision. And this is another one I've gone back and forth on. This is Physique. It's like the lip stain. It's interesting. I like that it doesn't turn my lips hot pink like many other lip stains do, but it just feels weird. It's very cooling, which like I'm not looking for in a lip product, and it just feels kind of like sticky on my lips. If it went on more like a gloss, I would like it as a gloss and not really care about the staining effects or anything like that, but it just feels tacky when I put it on, and I'm not going to keep it. This is Amoroso from Natasha Denona. This is one that I find a little bit weird. It's like a little bit too cool toned for me, but I do like the component a lot, and I think it's special, and this I do want to play with wearing it with like different eye looks and like different lip liners and stuff like that, so I'm going to keep it. I have this little mini gloss from Tower 28. I had previously had the lip gloss in the shade Cashew, and when I did my last lip declutter a couple months ago, I realized that it went really orange, like it just looked disgusting, and it made me realize that their lip products just don't stay good for that long. I expressed concern then that like with this clear one, how will I know when it goes bad? But I just feel like I don't trust this brand with products I put on my mouth, and on top of that, I'm not a big fan of clear lip gloss. I just like don't see a need for them. If I truly want no color, I'll just wear like a regular balm, or if I want like a little bit of something, I would do like that Kaja Milk Tea gloss, or I have a couple other like subtle glittery ones, so I'm going to get rid of this. Let's talk about these 2 from Too Faced. I didn't see a clip of me talking about this Chihuahua, but I think it's good. I think I like it. I'm going to hold on to it. I know I really like the formula, so it would just be a matter of if it like went bad or not. I don't know. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if I lost a clip or something, but this is something I definitely will try out and keep my eyes on. But this nude one, I know that this one did go bad, and I know I was really disappointed about it because I just really like the finish of it, and I'm so sad that they took away this like velvety lipstick formula. But yeah, gotta go. Next, I have 3 from KVD Vegan Beauty. This one, this Lolita, the Epic Kiss. I really, really, really like this one. I'm really excited to use it more. This Lolita 2, I think it smelled a little old, but I know it's not old, or at least it's not old that it's been opened, and I'm going to hold on to it. And then this is a new one that I got in the BoxyCharm sale. I haven't tried it yet. I'm nervous it's going to be too peachy, but I'm going to try it and see how it goes. This Tarte one. Oh, I actually have a couple from Tarte. It wasn't in its right section. This Tarte one, it's the shade Rum Punch, and I really like this component. I think it's just like such a nice thing, but the color is very light for my taste right now. And when I wore it, it just like blended in with my skin tone so much, and you could see how like peachy it is. I just didn't like the way it looked on me. I feel like it's from a past me, and I'm definitely trying to declutter all the things that were purchased and loved by exclusively a past me. And that means that this one has to go, even though it's so beautiful and I like it. These two are gonna stay. This is one of my newest lip products, or this was my first new lip product of 2022. It's the Glamazon gloss, and the component is so beautiful. And then this one's just kind of like a classic in my collection. It's the second one I've had of this. It's the Tartist lip paint in the shade Goals. It's like a really nice pink. I have one from Dose of Colors. It's this over-the-top gloss in the collab with Desi and Katie. Still smells really nice. It's kind of like a boring lip product in my opinion because it's just like a subtle glitter, but I think I could use it over a clear and enjoy it, and I've always just liked this product, you know? So I'm gonna keep it. Okay, let's do Milani. So for Milani, I love these lip liners, these color statement lip liners. I need to check if they still have them because they're just so nice. I have two of them. I thought I might have more, but I guess I have two. I have Spice, which is like an all-time favorite, and I have Nude. These are like my go-to lip liners to grab. This one's a little bit more mauve. This one's a little bit more subtle. Really like them, definitely keeping them. This was something I was on the fence about, this Fruit Fetish lip balm. I had three of them that I'd gotten in a Trend Mood box, and last declutter I just went down to this one strawberry lemonade one, but I just kind of feel like I don't want to keep it. Like when I looked at the footage, it did look nice and glossy and it has a nice scent and everything, but like it just doesn't excite me. It just feels like a cheap tube that I wouldn't be grabbing for. And I'm trying to think about like, you know, like this is my opportunity to curate my collection down and just have like a manageable collection that I can keep in my mind. And when I look right now over at my nice pile of lipsticks that I've decided to keep so far, I just feel like this cheapens the bunch. And if I like all of those more than I like this one, like I don't want to keep this one knowing it's the lowest of the bunch, you know? So even though it's nice, I'm going to declutter it. I have one from Marc Jacobs. This was a favorite years ago. It's a shade Fawn Over Me, and I remember Katie Luster Lux had this shade, and it looked so good, and I bought it even though it was like $30, and that was crazy for me. And I ended up buying this new one when Marc Jacobs started going on sale, maybe like 2 years ago or something like that, but it just doesn't impress me the way that it once did, and I wanted it to be kind of like a velvet texture that I could add on to a drier liquid lipstick and just like loosen up the whole look, you know? But it's just kind of too dry for that. It's also very light for how I like makeup right now, and I'm gonna declutter it. Okay, so I also just quickly reviewed the footage to see what I talked about and what I still need to talk about, so hopefully I don't have any repeats here. Next up are my lipsticks and my lip products from NYX. I have these two. I'm decluttering both of them. Pops I had for a really long time, and then I thought I lost it, and it was during the process of filming me putting on all my lipsticks that I realized I still had it. I thought I only had Root Beer Float, which is what I bought to replace it with, but I realized that I have both, and I think I've been using them interchangeably thinking that they're just the new one. But every time I put on Root Beer Float, I always felt like it was pinkier than I remembered it being, and I wasn't crazy about it, but looking at it now, I think it is pretty close, and just my idea of Pops in my head was different than what it actually was. Either way, at this point, they're both super old, and I'm not crazy about the color, so I'm going to be decluttering them. I also have this lip liner. It's the Suede Matte Lip Liner. I don't think this is a bad formula or anything, but this is in this like light violet shade, and I just have no use for this in my collection. I'm not the biggest lip liner person anyway, and I don't need it. Also, the NYX This Is Everything lip oil. I was impressed with this when I got it, but I never really use it. It doesn't excite me, and I don't feel like it holds its own in my collection. I don't know if I'm going to swatch everything, by the way. I kind of just started doing it, but yeah. I have two that I'm decluttering from e.l.f. I do tend to really like e.l.f. lip products, but this e.l.f. Alyssa Ashley gloss, it's really old. I like the color of it a lot, but last time I used it on my mouth, I could just tell that it wasn't good anymore. Isn't that color so pretty though? Oh, I love it. Sad. And then also from the Hydrating Core Lip Shine line, I have a couple of these that I love and they're like my go-to. I think Happy is like a really good neutral for me. This one's in the shade Ecstatic, and I wore it in a video, I think when I was talking about singles that I was decluttering. and it just moved around a lot. And I find with me, like with a balm that's going to move, this is just too different from my skin tone to look natural when it does that. It's just a little bit too much to worry about, so for that reason, I'm decluttering it. I have two from Kylie Cosmetics that I am decluttering because they are old and dried out. One of them is Kristen. I really like the shade of this one, and I still have the lip liner. I feel like I wore the lip liner more than I wore the liquid lipstick anyway, so I think I might just be fine sticking with that. But when I tried to use this a couple months ago, it was just really dried out. The other one is Charm. It's a light pink velvet. And this one I was holding on to for a while because I felt like it would make my liquid lipsticks a little bit more lipsticky, a little bit more nourishing, but something about this formula has changed too, and I don't think it does it anymore. And the last time I used it, I felt like it made my lips more matte than they would have been had I not used it. I really hope she brings back that formula though. I love the velvet formula. I have one from Milk Makeup. This is in the shade Cream, C-R-E-A-M. It has little periods between it. And this one just felt old last time I used it. I think it is a pretty color, but it is lighter than the nudes that I like to use nowadays anyway. And I think I just had it for too long. I like the component though. This one was a little bit tough for me to declutter, but I've come to terms with it. It's fine. It's from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the shade Stoned Rose. This one I was just always disappointed with because it just felt so orange every time I put it on, and I just don't like the shade of it on me. I did the whole video where I tried on all my orange lipsticks and I was like, I'm just gonna keep this as my one orange lipstick, but like even so, I still don't like it. I just don't like it. And I recently got Runaway Royalty from Charlotte Tilbury, which is a nude, like a mauvey nude, that I actually do love. So I'm really happy with where my Charlotte Tilbury collection is right now. I have the Runaway Royalty, I have Pillow Talk Medium in like a matte formula. I have this like Pillow Talk like slippy balm in like the really thin tube. And then I have the Pillow Talk Intense, which is kind of like a brown on me lip liner. And I'm happy with my little collection from them. So then the only other brand that we have left to talk about is ColourPop. I had laid all the products out by product type. It was cool, you should have been there, but we're just going to talk about obviously what I'm getting rid of. So both Luxe glosses, or these are both the Luxe lip oil. I like the formula of these, but they both taste really bad and they're not that old, which makes me think that they kind of like are meant to taste bad. Like they didn't add anything in to make them not taste bad. But I still don't like it because they taste bad. So I'm decluttering one lip liner. This is the shade Minute Man. It was part of their holiday collection in 2019. And I like the color of it, but when I tried to use it, it just felt very dry and it like dragged, and I much prefer creamy lip liners. I have 4 lippy sticks that I'm decluttering. There was a period, I think in like February, where every lippy sticks I was putting on was just like bad. This one is the shade Fab, which is newer, but it still tastes bad. This is the shade Happy Thoughts, which was a favorite, and I am sad about it, but tasted bad. Then we have the shade Oh Snap, which is a nice neutral, and I like it. And I think this one actually is still available, which is unusual for ColourPop, but tasted bad. And then I had swatched my Gwen Stefani lipsticks, my Give by Gwen Stefani lipsticks on my hand, and I recently just got the red that they have in their line, and I wanted to narrow down my collection of reds because of that. So I swatched out Lullaby from ColourPop, which has been a favorite, and I was like, I think I'm gonna declutter it, and then I was like, oof, I don't know if I could declutter it. I do like it. It's like a little bit more orangey, so it is a little something different, even though I don't need that. And as I was trying to put it back, it broke. It like won't swivel down anymore. So it's fine. It's fine. I have the Gwen Stefani one. I really like it, and I don't wear red lipstick enough for it to make sense to have like options. And lastly, I have these 2 Luxe lipsticks. The first one's in the shade Bling Ring, which I also got for that holiday collection in 2019. It's just kind of like a bright pink, and I just don't really go for this shade. If I was gonna go for something pink, I did keep the lip liner that corresponds with this, and I would probably just top it with a gloss or with a nudie lipstick, and it would make it lean more pink. And then the shade Ghosted, which is the first Luxe lipstick that I had, but it's just like a bright pink berry. You could tell it's just like, it's pretty much the same color as Bling Ring, just a little bit deeper, and I never find myself wearing it. I also have 2 liquid lipsticks. I have this Ariba, which is an ultra matte that was part of the I Love Savre collection forever ago, and it's the most beautiful red, as you can see, but it's stinky because it's so old and it's gotta go. And I have my lovely red from the Gwen Stefani line and the Lime Crime red, and I feel like those 2 reds make a really nice little red collection. And then this Ultra Satin, it's in the shade Prim. I really like it. I've realized that like brownie burgundies are much more my thing than like red burgundies, but I have Grisaille from Fenty, and I can use that with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner to make it even more brown, and that satisfies my needs. I can report back also that since it's been a couple weeks since I filmed this and since I've had these to be decluttered lipsticks separated from my collection, I'm so happy that I did this. Already my lipstick collection feels a lot more manageable. I still haven't like exactly figured out where to put things to keep them like where I can easily reference and know where they are, you know? Like it'd be nice to separate like my glosses with my glosses and my lipsticks with my lipsticks and like stuff like that. I haven't totally figured that out yet, but it does feel way more manageable. And I think I'm really getting to a place in my lipstick collection where like it feels like an overhaul has been done. Like after the first declutter, it was like, okay, some really old stuff got out of my collection. And after this declutter, I'm like, wow, this is where I want to be with my lipsticks, and it feels so good. And that's everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed this. I know this was like a little bit of a botched video, but you know, we do what we can here, and I hope it was still fun to watch. I hope it encourages you to look at your lipstick collection with a close eye and make sure that you are enjoying it the way that it is. And that's gonna be everything for today. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.